Basically, today we're talking about mental health, all right? The benefits of mental health with exercise, all right?
Yeah.
So, most of the time, the questions I receive from people is with regards, how am I going to look? I want to lose weight. I want to gain weight. I want to flex my muscles. I want to do this. But nobody asks, how am I going to feel?
How am I going to feel?
Yes. It's more of looks than how you feel. So it is very important for you to understand, first of all, the concept of mental health. Mental health is a state of total well-being. You're fine upstairs, your mind, everything is on point. But now we may have to understand that there are also, would I say, mental health conditions that people go through. Yes, as a result of that, you get to realize depression, stress, anxiety. These are all different issues related to mental health. So, sometime 1949, right, in the United States of America, because of this mental health we're talking about, there was a particular month that has been, would I say, established and then reverted to the issue of mental health. And this was as a result of the military people that went to war after the World War. When they returned from the World War, most of them were depressed. Most of them had to, would I say, settle for substances and drugs that they would use for, would I say, maintaining their moods. And then they had to look into this mental health thing as a big deal. Also, the World Health Organization has declared, would I say, October 10th as the Mental Health Day. So we need to look at mental health as a human right.
Okay.
We have the right to feel good, not always to feel bad. However, you would note that there are things that we may not be really in control of. You see, you're on my way coming to this place, the traffic, you see bus drivers shouting, you're almost missing out on accidents and the rest. But then you realize that this has effect on how you behave. So your mental health, would I say, is affected by the environment you find yourself. Some, would I say, social factors, the physiological look, like your physiological look of yourself. All these affects your mental health. So we need to note that mental health and fitness goes hand in hand. Yes. Now, you can imagine where it affects how you relate with people. To tell you that it is very key. It cannot be overemphasized. So now let's bring the relationship between mental health and fitness. Good. Okay. Now, the way the body works, the science behind it is, for mental health, everything happens here.
In the head.
Yes, everything happens in the head. Now, you will note that we may not really be in charge of how it happens when it happens, but we can be in charge of how we relate to it when it happens. Now, using fitness as a measure tool, we need to understand the science. Now, during exercises, when you carry out the least walk, like a long walk, you dance with an upbeat rhythm, or yoga, or whatever, you engage yourself in any physical activity, what happens is the body releases, but I say there is much of blood flow circulation. And this blood flow circulation increases that of your brain. So the blood flow circulation goes much more around your brain, and then in turn it releases oxygen in your brain, which helps to build your brain cells. Now, when this builds your brain cells, it releases your brain neurons. They are like chemicals. So an example of that is endorphin.
Okay.
All right. Now, when it releases this chemical in your body, what happens is, for endorphin, you begin to feel happy. We go on to another one. As a result of exercise too, your body releases another chemical. All these are related to your brain. All right? These are your brain cells. Another one is called dopamine. Dopamine helps you feel accomplished. So when you see someone feels like, yes, I did it, that is dopamine.
The dopamine feel.
Very good. Another one we'll talk about is serotonin. Serotonin gives you this vibe of, when I say stability, you're fine. And then the last but not the least is oxytocin. Oxytocin is the love hormone.
Love hormone.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, these things or these chemicals that I've mentioned that releases in our brain cells as a result of exercise, this helps us to feel, would I say, connected with people, to feel pleasurable, to feel good, and what have you. So as much as we are fighting depression, we're fighting anxiety, and then we're fighting stress, we need to note that mental health goes hand in hand with exercise. And as a matter of fact, research has proven that exercise is the first, would I say, level of treatment for any form of mental health. Now, I am not going to dispute the fact that, of course, we have mental health conditions like schizophrenia. We have mental health conditions like, would I say, bipolar. And then we also have this associative personality disorder. People that display almost different personality at every point in time. You're unable to really understand them. It's a mental health condition. Now, aside the fact that you can use, would I say, drugs, medication, pharmacological approach totally towards helping those that have mental health issue, we need to know that exercise is the first.
Okay, I was getting that.
Yes, exercise is the first treatment coupled with your psychiatric approach and pharmacological approach, drugs, to help, would I say, rehabilitate those persons with this underlying.
So from what you said so far, I've been able to pick two things, right? First, I've been able to, because, while talking about it, I've been able to establish that even though exercises are good for, your mental health, conditions and stuff, it's not the only thing you need. You still need, some other, things you need to do. You see a professional, a mental health professional, you use drugs that are prescribed by a mental health professional and stuff. But I actually wanted to ask before you said it that, would you say the exercise comes first before all of these things, or it could come later? Because
Very sure.
I've seen situations where different people deal with different things in different ways, okay? But I think the most common one I've seen so far is heartbreak. When they go through heartbreak, the next thing they say, get into the gym. When you get into the gym, everything will be fine, you understand? But we've been able to establish that, that's not the only thing that is very, very necessary for it. But for what set of people? Because for some people, getting into the gym might not be the first thing they think of when they go through these issues, okay? Now, but for those people, what would you say they should do first before they get into the gym to start maybe lifting or doing exercises and stuff?
Just engage yourself in physical activity. Physical activity has scientifically proven to provide almost instant results to mental health. The very moment you engage in physical activity, now I'm no longer talking about hypertrophy, I'm not talking about muscle pump. I'm not talking about I want to lose weight, I want to gain weight. Now I am relating it to how your body chemistry works. As a result of this long walk that you have taken, your body has been able to release this chemistry via your brain cells, which makes you feel what? Lighter, which makes you feel good, which makes you feel like you have this connection with people. So you have a whole lot of benefit, not necessarily going to the gym, but engaging yourself with what? Physical activity. You cannot do away with it, because imputing it as part of what is going to help or bring results for your mental health is really crucial. This is what people don't know. That is why most of the time life is going to throw you up and down and you're unable to survive it. Believe you me, I'm talking out of experience. If you're physically active, regardless of whatever happens to you in life, you understand the secrets, you understand the patterns that it is bound for it to happen. Like I said, on my way coming here, the little, would I say, challenges I experienced before I got here has every tendency to affect my decision making if I'm going to come or not. It has every tendency to affect how I'm going to relate whilst we're talking. So what am I saying? For the fact that I'm already physically active, I recognize all these things as distractions. So when you recognize them as distractions, it eases your flow or your vibe or your energy around you, and then you realize that this thing works. This thing, it really works. The only thing is, people are not really informed. Like I said, that's why I've taken it upon myself to inform people as to how exercise can help improve your mood, how exercise can help improve your would I say your recovery, your rest. Some people don't know how to rest. Would I say, okay, not they don't know how to rest, but they are unable to rest. Some people tell you they're on their bed for a very long time and then sleep near they come.
It's not just insomnia.
Yes, sleep is not coming. So when you exercise, you even have better rest. And all of this surmounts to the mental health we're talking about. Because someone that doesn't rest well will be what? Mentally unstable. But you may have to note that you coming to the gym, of course, you're having yourself your program design. This will help to boost your mental health. But basically, let's work with exercises like dancing.
Okay.
The other day we spoke about it.
Yeah, we did.
Almost anybody can dance. All right? So dance with an upbeat rhythm, you're fine. Another thing you can do again is taking a walk. You feel stressed, you know it. Be intentional about it. You have to fight it because everything happens up here. Now, the worst scenario of mental health condition is suicide. Yes, people commit suicide as a result of depression. When you feel like you're really anxious, you know it. I'm really anxious, I'm depressed. I go to the gym. If I'm unable to go to the gym, I take a long walk. It is good. You involving yourself in that activity alone will help towards elevate your mood. And that is when your body, your brain cells begin to release those chemicals I spoke about. So we have dancing, we have long walk, we have would I say canoe kayaking, and then another thing we have is the Fit Family Fun Fair.
Yeah.
The Fit Family Fun Fair is a boot camp that, would I say, I've really come to understand that most of the time, people don't get to socialize. You see all this corporate firm around here, everybody goes to work every blessed day. There is no one day that has been set aside that, okay, come, let's socialize. It's a form of team bonding. And this bootcamp has come and placed to bring people together, which is going to help foster their mental health and in turn increase what? Productivity in their respective workplaces. When last did you see your boss, would I say, play with you?
My boss plays with me every day.
Yeah, but not everybody experiences that, especially if you find yourself in a work setting where you have to, would I say, report to your team lead now reports to your line manager. Where would you get the opportunity to see your boss? Now, these are all the things that we are bringing under the umbrella of fitness. Everybody is united. Come, let's elevate your mood with a boot camp, the healthy way. There's a whole lot of good music, good food to go around for everybody that will be available. And as a matter of fact, kudos guys, I need you to note that right now we already have an application that has reached out, the NEAT app, that has reached out that they want to partner with the Fit Family Fun Fair so as to enable people enjoy themselves better.